Hello, I'm Dr. Wilson and I'm a humanistic therapist. As a humanistic therapist, I focus on concepts such as unconditional positive regard and active listening to give my client the best care possible. This was created by a man named Carl Rogers and mainly focuses on genuineness, acceptance, and empathy towards the client. I believe my client is coming in today because her family and friends have been concerned for her well-being.
Hi, I'm Tammy Robinson, and I'm here today because I've been encouraging Sarah to come to therapy for weeks. I've noticed that Sarah will fall into weeks upon weeks of depressed moods, will refuse to eat, and then refuse to go to school. Although I assumed it was just teenagers being teenagers, it's gone way too far. Although she is sad for a couple of weeks, she will all of a sudden get lots of energy and try to get her life completely together. That never lasts though, and then she's back to her normal depressed self.
Hi, my name is Sarah Robinson, and I honestly don't know why I'm here right now. I understand that my mom is worried about me, but I think she's just overreacting. I mean, I've been going to school for a week now, and I just feel so confident. Like, I'm happy. Wait, what were we talking about? Sorry, sometimes my mind races off so fast I can hardly keep up. Anyways, can we make this fast? I have so much to do. I have to go work out, I have to go shopping, and I have at least 3 assignments for school to do tonight.
Hello Sarah, how are you doing today?
Hey, I'm actually doing pretty good today.
That's good to hear. How's your schedule going? How have things been?
Well, other than school and homework, I've been hanging out with friends on the weekend and just hanging out.
Wow, that seems like a pretty solid schedule. How's school and everything?
Well, it's actually going pretty well. I'm really enjoying my history class this semester, which is kind of weird because I don't normally like history.
Wow, it's really important to branch out. That's good that you're doing that. How would you say your relationship with your mother is going?
Well, we have our rough times. Like, every now and then she'll just get on to me for some ridiculous things. She's just, like, over the top sometimes, and I just don't understand.
You say your mother's over the top, is that right?
Yes, that's right. She's just, like, sometimes I just want to be alone and do my own thing, but she just doesn't allow that, and I don't know, I guess it just bothers her, but it bothers me that it bothers her.
I totally understand. I feel the same way about my parents sometimes. How have classes been in class material and things like that?
Well, class is pretty good, but actually some of my teachers have just told me that I've just been really disruptive, which, I mean, I don't really see, but they've called my mom a few times, and then she just gets on to me for that, so that just adds another thing on the list, and it's just, I don't know.
Wow, so you say your teachers think you're very disruptive, is that right?
Yeah, that's what they say. They say I talk too much to, like, my friends and disrupt class, but, I mean, Come on.
Well, how do you think your sleeps, like your night schedules, how long have you been sleeping and things like that?
Well,
how many hours of sleep you get each night?
It just depends. Like, sometimes I just have so much to do, and I just have to get it all done before the next day, and then I just have a lot of work that piles on that I have to get done right away.
Wow, okay. So you say you have a lot of work to do. Do you feel like you plan too many things in one day?
I wouldn't say I plan too many things. You're just like, you just have to get things done.
Mm-hmm. Totally understand. Sometimes I feel like that too, so I completely understand what you're going through.
1 week later.
Hello, this is Dr. Wilson's office.
Hello, this is Tammy. I'm Sarah's mom. I'm just calling today to tell you that I'm really worried about Sarah.
Oh, really? Why do you think that is?
Well, since her last therapy session, she's barely gone to school, she's barely eaten, and I'm just really worried about her.
Okay, thank you for letting me know. Her next session's in about 2 weeks.
Okay, thank you. Goodbye.
All right, bye. Oh, hello, Sarah. How are you doing?
When can I go home?
So your mother gave me a call and told me that you've been really distant from her the last week or so. Is this true?
Well, she's just been really annoying this week. Like today, I just want to stay in my bed and just not talk to anyone, like including you, but she wouldn't really let that happen.
Well, that's kind of surprising. I remember last session you were doing really well. You had a busy schedule and you were engaging with friends. What happened?
I just stopped wanting to.
Wow, that sounds really frustrating. I'm so sorry that you're feeling that way again.
I mean, it is frustrating. It's like I'm sitting in my bed and I want to get up and do stuff, but I can never get myself to.
I totally understand. Do you really feel like you can't get up from your bed and do anything at all?
I mean, I guess I do, but I just feel like everybody else at school, it's just they're normal and they act normal all the time with no problem.
So you say that everyone else at school acts normal. Do you feel like you're the only one at school that has no motivation at all?
Well, I wouldn't say I'm the only one, but it kind of feels like that in ways.
So can you think of anything that might be making you feel this way?
I don't know. I guess it's just like I feel like I can't do anything right. Mom's always yelling at me and I just like can't get my life together, which is probably why my dad doesn't even want to see me.
I'm really sorry that you don't really get to see your dad that often. That must be something very hard to deal with. But do you think that the only reason you never really get to see him is because he doesn't want to see you?
Well, he lives in another state with his new wife, who I kind of hate, but I knew that he had to get a new job since my parents got divorced, but I just wish that I could see him more, but it's just not that convenient.
See, you know that you never really get to see him because he's in a different state and it's not very convenient. Not that he just doesn't want to see you at all.
Yeah, I guess.
I feel like we've made a lot of progress from these last two sessions, but from what I've seen so far, I feel like your moods can change fairly easily. Do you think that's a correct assumption?
I guess, but does that mean something? I've always just thought it was like hormones or something.
Don't worry too much. It's okay for everyone's mood to be a little bit different, but when it's affecting everyday parts of your life, I feel like I have an obligation to make some of that go away. So from what you've expressed to me, I believe you have a mood disorder called bipolar disorder.
What? I don't think I'm bipolar.
Well, don't worry, bipolar disorder can vary in a lot of different ways, but trust me, we will work through it together. And if at any moment you feel like something is wrong, always feel free to talk to me.
Yeah, I feel like something's wrong, and I feel like this diagnosis, like, I'm not bipolar.
So after a few sessions with your daughter, I diagnosed her with bipolar disorder using the DSM-V, which is basically a manual for classifying psychological disorders. So I explained to her that she has bipolar disorder, which is basically a mood disorder in which the person alternates between hopelessness of depression and an overexcited state of mania, right? So I have suggested a biomedical treatment in which she takes an antidepressant drug to kind of stabilize her mood a little bit.
Okay, I mean, I trust you, and I know that you're doing what is best. So, are there any specific side effects that I need to look for?
Well, when she first starts this treatment, she may definitely feel worse before she begins to feel better, which is very, very common.
Okay.
And it should be nothing to worry about unless you start to see signs of suicidal thoughts. In that case, definitely contact me and let me know. But so far, I haven't seen any of these signs, which is very good. We will continue our weekly sessions, and I will report any decline in progress to you if I see anything like that. And we will go from there.
Okay, so what prescription are you prescribing her?
So I'm prescribing her with something called Prozac, which is a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor, SSRI for short. So this basically blocks the reuptake or reabsorption of serotonin in the synapses.
Okay.
So this drug is not going to produce immediate results. Usually with antidepressants, it takes about 4 or so weeks for the full effect to really start and show. So basically with the increased serotonin availability in the brain, it kind of start something called neurogenesis, which is the birth of new brain cells.
Okay. Wait, so why is she going on an antidepressant if she has bipolar disorder?
Well, usually with antidepressants, they do help with bipolar disorder, because if you think about it, she goes through an extreme state of depression and an extreme state of mania.
Okay.
Right? So with that extreme state of depression, the antidepressant kind of helps and stabilizes that mood.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. I'm really glad we had this talk. Hey Sarah, good afternoon. How are you
Hey.
feeling? Have you been taking your medication and everything?
I'm pretty good, yeah. I've been taking it, and actually, I feel like things have gotten better. But at first, I thought it wasn't really working, and it was fake. And I wanted to stop taking it because it made me feel like something was wrong with me. But of course, my mom kept bugging me about it to take it, so I'm glad I listened to her this time. I feel like it's really been helping.
That's so great to hear. I just want you to know that there's nothing wrong with you. Many people go through bipolar disorders and have this treatment all the time, so it's very common. But I'm really glad that everything's going well for you.
Yeah, but how long will I have to take it?
Well, that really all depends on your progress. Usually you just keep taking it until you're in a pretty stable state of mind.
I appreciate everything that you've done for me, and it's just like, you're just so easy to talk to, like you are not judgmental at all, and I just really appreciate that, and I actually look forward to seeing you at our next session next week.
I look forward to it too. You're welcome for everything. I hope you have a great rest of your week.
Thanks, you too. See you then.
See you then. Bye.
One season later.